Okay, here is Little Miss Slingshot. She's having her second post-track ride. Her first ride was on Monday, so 2 days earlier, and I did make a little video from that, and it is posted to my YouTube, which is also linked through my website. Anyway, Little Miss Slingshot is a 16 hand to 16 one hand. Of course, I have still forgotten to actually stick her somewhere in that ballpark. 3-year-old thoroughbred mare by Irish Warcry, and that's a Curlin line. And this pretty filly, she had 3 career starts, very uneventful career starts. She never placed better than sixth. And those 3 starts were all this spring. She ran once in March, once in April, and her last start was the end of May. I think it was May 28th at Charlestown. She actually ran all 3 of her starts were at 3 different tracks also. But none of that made a difference. She just didn't really want to be a racehorse. So she got here about a week ago. She's doing super, super well. This video is quite different than her first post-track ride video from a couple days ago. I think this is the real her. You know, in her first ride, she was just nervous. New place, new rider, not sure what to expect. And we just kept it very, very simple. And she didn't do anything wrong, but she was just a little bit, yeah, she was just nervous. And today she was excellent, and she's starting to figure out the contact. She was so much straighter, so much more relaxed in her jaw. Everything was better today. I mean, the tempo was more relaxed, and literally every single part of this ride was just in a much better space than it was on the first post-track ride, which is to be expected. I mean, this is a 3-year-old. She's only had 3 starts, and so it's not like she's been a racehorse for a very long time. She did a very short stint as a racehorse. So this is a big change for her, and everything at this point in her life is a big change for her because she's so young and she's so green. But I just love her cute little expression. She has the cutest face ever. Anyway, so this mare, actually, I've had some revelations about her since I posted her first ride. She actually was bred by a really good friend of mine who sends me, God, I think dozens of horses every year at this point. And when I looked up her information on Equibase, because I didn't get her through her breeder, who's my good friend Jody. I got her through her racing connections directly. But when I looked up her information on Equibase, I did notice the breeder, and I thought to myself, I wonder if that could be my friend, but it's kind of a common name. Like, I wouldn't say that it's a very unusual farm name that she has. So anyway, I had the thought, and then of course, a million other things are going on, and then it immediately slipped my brain. But when I posted pictures of her the other day, my friend Jody reached out to me and she said, "I can't believe you got my mare. I'm so glad you have her." And so, yep, she bred her and raised her, and she sent me all these adorable baby pictures, and I attached a couple of them actually to the end of this video. The one of her, God, she's got to be a yearling in the picture. It is so funny. I mean, try and caption that type of picture. She's standing in the middle of the field, and on either side of her are 2 pairs of other yearlings just flat out. And to me, it looks like she's just like won a battle or something, like she's the last one standing. But there's a whole bunch of different ways to caption that picture. It is just outrageously cute. So anyways, just very cool. So I'm actually really good friends with her breeder, who's just over the moon that she's here and had nothing but great things to say about her. And then today I had a vet here doing a vetting, and his tech comes in, and his tech is also now a friend of mine and used to work for Jody, my breeder friend of this mare, and she knew her when she was a baby horse, and she had tons of pictures and videos to show me of her. So I feel like this mare has like a following. She has a fan club. So I've gotten to see so much cute things of her when she was a baby horse, and everyone just gushing about how wonderful she's always been. And certainly I can see that. And it's just so obvious that this mare has been so loved and so well handled. So anyway, it's just fun when all those pieces from their past come together. And it just makes me really excited to have her. Such a nice little mare. So I said in her first ride video that I thought she was a little easier to the right. I actually think, today, now that her mind was so settled, she's pretty symmetrical. I don't really think she favors one way or the other. On her first ride, she felt more crooked to the left. You could really see it if you go and watch the left canter that she had in that ride. She just wanted to be a little haunches to the inside, head to the outside. But that was not the case at all today, actually. She felt very straight in both directions. So I don't really think that first ride was a fair assessment of anything, actually. Well, it was a fair assessment of the fact that, a really young green horse that's a little bit nervous and overwhelmed, what is their reaction going to be like? Are they going to do anything silly? And the answer is no. She was very professional. She did absolutely everything that I asked. So that's really all I would chalk the first post-track ride up to mean. She did some really cute canter work both directions. So she also on the first post-track ride told me that she wasn't totally understanding of the connection. And I wouldn't expect any of them to be understanding of the connection, but she seemed a little bit unsure about any contact I was having in her mouth. Like she just wasn't sure how to interpret it. So yesterday she spent about 10 minutes on the lunge line in Vienna reins and just really loosely, I'm not trying to stuff her head down, but I do just want her to understand that a little bit of pressure actually means give, and that will make your life so much easier. And God, she figured it out in like a second. These mares are so smart. So today, just a totally different feeling in my hand. She was communicative. She wasn't worried about the contact. And she actually did give me some moments where she was softening. And when I say softening, I'm not expecting her to be completely round and vertical. She doesn't need to be doing that now. She's really too young and green for that. She needs to learn to carry her own balance and her own tempo. And yes, we're having a conversation for sure, but I'm not aiming for, a full-on frame at this point. I want her soft in her jaw and across her top line, but in a very sort of loose kind of way. And she did that really easily today. So that was excellent. And the bit that I have in her mouth today is I put her in a baby fulmer, a Fager baby fulmer. So it's a full cheek loose ring snaffle combination, and it's also titanium. And I don't know if the titanium matters or not. It's just the version that I happen to have it in, but she did feel very comfortable in this bit today. And the only reason she's in a figure eight is because that is the bit that I had, the bridle I had this bit connected to. It's for no reason. But actually, I think she looks really pretty in the figure eight. She almost did such a nice prompt canter transition there. We were so close, and then she put in a couple more trot steps before she picked it up, but it was still very good. Such a more balanced transition than what we got a couple of days ago. She really just stepped into a balanced canter that didn't need any reorganizing from me. And if you do go back and watch her first post-track ride video, you will see in her left canter that she was heavy on the inside shoulder, so wanting to be a bit crooked, especially in the left canter, because the canter is always where it tends to come out the most. And then today was just a total 180. I mean, she just really, here she's letting me work on the left flexion a little bit, and she's giving it to me. We're having a calm, consistent conversation, and just so much better. I'm really happy with her. My basset hound is barking at me from outside. He wants to come in. So I'm going to go. The only other thing that's on here is her on the ground on cross ties, for which she's excellent, and some cute baby stuff at the end.